about to be. We should be back. I feel like my laptop might be having a bit of a moment. Apologies, everyone, if you're still here. Mm-hmm. My little window is really poor quality as well, which is worrying. I've got a very pained expression. This has never happened before. I don't know why. We will soldier on. Apologies, everyone. Let me know if you're back. Give me a sit rep, a status update. Yeah, I don't really have an answer at the moment. My darling Leah was streaming something upstairs, so I've obviously blamed her for stealing all the bandwidth. That was point A. But then my streaming service went a bit funny. And again, the window I'm looking at in YouTube, which is what you guys can see, is a bit low quality. Steve has given me a whoop. That's good news. If I can get a roll call. Back, but haven't heard any questions. Don't worry, Cameron. We'll get through it. I'll start again. Probably does me a favour. Okie dokie. Apologies, everyone. Again, hopefully it will stay the course. But until then, my condolences. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read the questions off my phone and close Adobe on my computer and try and just, give it a bit more space, a bit more room to breathe. She's not that old. Right. Lucy, are we back? Okay. For those of you who are here and did miss question number 1, it was, what is the tallest building in the UK? What is the tallest building in the UK? If anything happens and if anything goes funny, just let me know as soon as possible, and I'll try and get to the bottom of it. I've got good connection at the moment, so we'll see. Very strange. Again, question number 1 was, what is the tallest building in the UK? That was question number 1, Leanne. You know what I am going to do? I'm just going to write some of them in the chat. Question number 2, the chemical symbol Fe. Oh no. I feel like I'm walking on a tightrope. Fe. The chemical symbol Fe represents which element? Question number 3, which is about where I got to. What is the collective noun for a group of killer whales? Not collection, collective. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I'm as confused as most of you probably are. I was still going, and then Steve said it's frozen, and then the stream stopped. So, lost on me. But we'll power through. I do this weekly with my family. So, something tells me it's not my internet. But alas, we carry on. So I've written the first 3 questions in the chat. If you've missed them, or for some reason if you can't see the chat, then write in the chat. That doesn't really help any of us. Question number 4. Question number 4. In what year was the first commercially released CD? I will give you half a point if you get the right decade, but I'll give you a full point if you can tell me the exact year. And I'll give you an extra point if you can tell me the CD. Why not? 2 points at play here. Half a point for the right decade. Full point for the right year. An extra point if you can tell me the album. Or the CD. I'm not going to say whether or not it was an album. The CD. The year in which the first commercially released CD came out. Half a point for the decade. Another half a point for the right year. And I give you an extra point if you can tell me the name of the CD. Question number 5. Picture number 1. I am going to put 2 album covers up on the screen, here and here. And you need to tell me the names of the artists that recorded these 2 albums. I have blocked out any artist names. But if you look close enough, you might just get them. This is 1 point each. You get 1 point for the name of this artist, and you get 1 point for the name of this artist. 2 albums, 2 different artists, 2 different points. Is it really low res for everyone? Let me know if it is. Because, again, what I'm looking at, which is, I believe, what you guys are looking at on my YouTube screen, it looks that way. To which I apologize. Looks good to us, Steve. Great news. Okie dokie. Those are the 2 albums. I need you to name the 2 artists that recorded them. I'll leave them up there for a second so you can have a look, but I'll move on to question number 6. Which famous American singer was known as, quote, chairman of the board? Which famous American singer was known as chairman of the board? And just to clarify for the CD question, I don't want anyone to be confused and think I'm talking about a vinyl record. I'm talking about a CD that you would put in the Walkman or in a CD player. That was question number 6. Which famous American singer was known as chairman of the board? Question number 7. Which rapper's real name is Ben Haggerty? Or Haggerty. Haggerty. Which rapper's real name is Ben Haggerty? The caucasity of that name should narrow it down just a little bit. Yes, Phil. Hello, mate. I am going to leave those up for a little bit more because Phil's just joined us. Good to see you, mate. That was question number 5. The pictures. Question number 6. Which famous American singer was known as chairman of the board? Question number 7. Which rapper's real name is Ben Haggerty? And again, the Caucasian nature of that name should hopefully narrow it down for you just a little bit. Question number 8. What does EOR stand for in knitting terminology? I'm going to get rid of these. If you need to see them again at any point, just let me know. You got until the end of the first half, of course. Again, question number 8. What does EOR stand for in knitting terminology? I was going to say one for the mums, but that's sexist, isn't it? So, one for the knitters out there. EOR. I do woke, bro. Whatever that means. You so woke, bro. Well, doesn't hurt to be kind. What does EOR stand for in knitting terminology? Question number 9. For half a point each, this one might take you a little bit. Half a point each. There are 2 points at play here. I need you to name the 4 stations on a classic UK Monopoly board. The 4 stations on a classic UK Monopoly board. Half a point each, 2 points in total. The 4 stations on a classic British Monopoly board. And while you're discussing those, I'm going to leave question number 10 just on the screen for a sec. It's picture number 2. Name the author. Name the author. Name the author. This is not sexist. Your mum has probably read one or a few of her books. I'll give you that one for free. It costs you nothing. Name the author. I'm going to move her to one side. Which side? That side. She can go over there for a bit. Question number 11. What is the main instrument used in the Game of Thrones theme song? The main instrument used in the Game of Thrones theme song. I really want to hum it, but I'm not going to. The main instrument used in the Game of Thrones theme song. Mum just joined. Hey, Mum. That was question number 11. What is the main instrument used in the Game of Thrones theme song? Question number 12. In which country is the Nuremberg... I was about to mispronounce that. In which country is the... Oh dear. In which country is the Nuremberg Grand Prix circuit? I almost said Nuremberg, but it's Nuremberg Ring. Nuremberg Ring Grand Prix circuit. In which country? Should be simple enough. In which country is the Nuremberg Ring Grand Prix circuit? Easy, Phil. Be nice to my mother. Question number 13. Which European country is the only country in the world with a black and red flag? Those being the only two colours, obviously. Which country in Europe, which European country, is the only country in the world with a black and red flag? This lovely lady is gone. If you need to see those again, you just need to ask. Again, that was question number 13. Which European country is the only country in the world with a black and red flag? Question number 14. Big earner here. 3 points at play. 6 answers, half a point each. In which six cities are annual hosts to the so-called majors in marathon competitions? So the 6 major marathons in the world, they are referred to as the majors, much like tennis and golf, maybe. In which six cities are the annual hosts to the so-called majors in marathon competitions? 6 answers, half a point each. 3 big possible points. I'll give you guys a minute on that one. Not a literal minute, I mean a metaphorical minute. But again, while you do that, that one might take a while. Hopefully not. I'm going to whack up question number 15, which is picture number 3, the last of the round. Name the character. Oh, look at him. Isn't he handsome? Actually, no, he deserves the whole screen. There you go. Oh, missed a bit. There we go. Again, number 14 was which 6 cities are annual hosts to the so-called majors in marathon competitions? Question number 15, you're looking at him. Name the character. Those are your first 15. If you have any questions, if you need anything repeated, if you need to see a picture again, now is the time to ask me. I'm going to leave this dashing man up for just a hot sec, and I will watch the chat and see if anyone needs anything repeated or has any questions or any clarifications, or if you need to see a picture again. Nobody needs to see anything, apparently. So I'm going to get rid of him. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds to finalize those first 15 answers. And then I'm going to give you the answers. And we'll see who's winning and who's losing. Dark and stormy. All right, time's up. Okay, here are the first 15 answers. Question number 1, the tallest building in the UK is the Shard. The Shard. Question number 2, the chemical symbol Fe represents iron. Question number 3, a collective noun for a group of killer whales is known as a pod. Question number 4. The year in which the first commercially released CD came out. Again, you get half a point for the decade. So half a point if you got the 1980s. You get a full point if you said 1982. And I'll give you an extra point, so 2 in total, if you said a recording of Chopin Waltzes by Claudio Arrau. I'd be surprised, I'll be honest. Moving on, question number 5. Picture number 1, the artists who released these albums. This, of course, is Aqua, famous for I'm a Barbie Girl. And this, if you look very closely, in the background you can see the 4 faces that make up the band Gorillaz. Gorillaz and Aqua. 1 point for each, so that's 2 points there. Question number 6. The famous American singer who was known as the chairman of the board is, of course, Mr. Frank Sinatra. Question number 7. The rapper whose real name is Ben Haggerty is Macklemore. I'm gonna grab some swag. Only got $20 in my pocket. That guy. Macklemore. Question number 8. EOR in knitting terminology stands for end of row. End of row. Question number 9. The 4 stations on a classic Monopoly board are as follows. We've, of course, got King's Cross, Liverpool Street, Marylebone, and Fenchurch Street. Half a point for each, so half a point for King's Cross, half a point for Liverpool Street, half a point for Marylebone, and half a point for Fenchurch Street. 2 points in total. Question number 10, picture number 2, name the author. I told you that your mum has probably or maybe read one or a few of her books. That's because that is E.L. James. And she wrote the 50 Shades novels. Now do you get it? That is E.L. James, famous for the 50 Shades trilogy? Chronicle? I don't know. Outside of my purview. Question number 11. The main instrument on the Game of Thrones theme song. It's a cello. It's a cello. Question number 12. In which country is the Nuremberg Grand Prix circuit? Nuremberg? Yadoi. It's in Germany. Question number 13. The European country that is the only country in the world with a black and red flag is, of course, Albania. It's a black eagle and a red background, I think. I think it's an eagle. Albania. Question number 14. The 6 cities that are the annual hosts to the so-called majors in marathon competitions. Half a point each. Here they are. Boston, London, Berlin, Chicago, New York, and Tokyo. That is Boston, London, Berlin, Chicago, New York, and Tokyo. Half a point each, 3 points in total. Question number 15, picture number 3. That man is Mr. Ron Swanson. He likes breakfast food and brunette women. And he'll probably call you son. That is Ron Swanson. Ron Ulysses Swanson, if you're really a fan. Those are your first 15. Let me know how well you did. Of course, the score isn't out of 15 because there are a couple of multiple point questions. But give me a little clickety-clack in the chat and tell me how well you did. Can we have half a point for Ron? Sure, why not? Half a point for Ron. Have at it. 18.5 from Steve. Whoo! Strong start. Tough to beat. Let's see. Marathons was half a point each, Martha. So 3 points in total. Naomi, 15.5. Okay. Holding the podium positions at the moment. Can they be beaten? We shall find out. 12 from Leanne. 12 from Cameron. Waiting on scores from my sister, I think. Waiting on scores from Lucy, I think. Oh my god, I want to just cut it all off. 8.5 from my darling sister. Jez, 11.5. Not bad. Not last. Lucy, are you still with us? 10.5 from Lucy. There you are. 9.5 with the knitting. Right. I think that's everyone. What I am going to do... Not Jez. Sorry. Gez? The Team Owens. How about that? Team McKee on 17. Looking like second place at the moment. Very good, very good. Steve, though. First in, holding strong. Team Owens, spell it phonetically for me. Help me out. Is it Gez? Steve, holding the lead, 18.5. We've got Team McKee on 17. Naomi, 15.5, third place. And then following the pack, a couple of 12s, 11.5, and a 9.5 from my own family. Come on, guys. Come on. Right. Should we move on to round 2? Go quickly, have a wee, go and refill your drinks if you've got them. And we will very swiftly move on to round 2. Starting with question number 16, of course. Steve is in the lead. Our team name is Miles Ginger? Ah, you are Stapleton Tavern Regs. I don't think I've ever quizzed that. I know that's Simon's stomping ground, so welcome. Yeah, I used to be at the 10 Bells on Commercial Street across from Spitalfields Market in East London. But the crowd there normally, much to my dismay, was usually business folk, finance folk, men in tight white button-downs saying, "Oh, mate." And now I'm in, I was at the Knolls of Norwood in Balham/Norwood, South London, really, near Tulse Hill. So, when we reopen, come down, check it out. They do good food. They've got great beer on tap. It's good vibes. So, is Miles Ginger leading the pack with 18.5? Let's move on to round 2. Back to business. Question number 16. Here we go. Question number 16. What is the last letter of the Greek alphabet? The last letter of the Greek alphabet. The last letter of the Greek alphabet. Question number 17. My Word is My Bond is which actor's autobiography? My Word is My Bond is which actor's autobiography? Oh, I've got bad posture. And a fat neck. My Word is My Bond is which actor's autobiography? That was question number 17. Question number 18. Layla Morse, who plays Mo Harris on EastEnders, is which famous actor's sister? Layla Morse, who plays Mo Harris on EastEnders, is which famous actor's sister? I'll give you a free clue. They don't share the same surname. At least they don't share the same stage name. Layla Morse is who plays Mo Harris on EastEnders is which famous actor's sister? Good question. Very good question. Layla Morse. Mo Harris on EastEnders. Which famous actor's sister? Question number 19. Who was the first US president to be assassinated? The first US president to be assassinated. They're going to have a new one soon. How exciting is that? Soon enough. The first US president to be assassinated. Question number 20, picture number 4. Let's look at a map, shall we? Shall we look at a map? I feel like looking at a map. Name the country. Quick. Let's move it over a bit. Why don't I just cover that? It's probably for the best. Question number 20, picture number 4. Name the country. Obviously, the one that is in brown and therefore not named. You can see Uruguay there on the right of the country, and the star that you can see is actually the location of the capital city of this country. Yvonne, very, very late this evening. Yvonne, I will forgive you, but only just. I assume you've got a cup of tea in hand and a cat roaming around somewhere. It's good to see you. Again, this is question number 20. Name the country. And again, as I said, you can see Uruguay there, but just next to Uruguay is a little star, and that is the location of the capital city of said country. Oh, bloody hell. There's a little smudge underneath the star, and on 3 occasions now, I have scratched my screen thinking it was a real smudge, but it's not. It's on the photo, so I'm an idiot. Again, name the country. I'll make that a bit smaller so we can carry on. Question number 21. Damn it, Janet. I'm Going Home and The Time Warp are all songs from which musical? I will accept the name of the stage version as well as the name of the film version. They're only slightly different. But damn it, Janet. I'm Going Home and The Time Warp are all songs from which musical? Can I repeat 16 and 17? I most certainly can, Mum. It's the least I can do. Mother, number 16 was, what is the last letter of the Greek alphabet? And 17 is, My Word is My Bond, is the autobiography of which actor? T is always blech. I would come in at geography. I know it's your favourite, Yvonne. So again, Mother dearest. 16 is the last letter of the Greek alphabet. 17 is My Word is My Bond, is which actor's autobiography? The picture you are looking at is question number 20. You are looking at is question number 20. 21, one more time. Damn it, Janet, The Time Warp, and I'm Going Home are all songs from which musical? Someone's shouting outside or howling like a wolf. Question number 22. In Sherlock Holmes, what is Professor Moriarty's first name? In Sherlock Holmes, what is Professor Moriarty's first name? I think that's due a rewatch. It's been many years, and it's bloody good. Nothing like Benedict Cumberbatch being patronising for 54 minutes. Question number 23. In 1997, the Labour Party used which song as the theme for their election campaign? I'm laughing at the answer. In 1997, the Labour Party used which song as the theme for their election campaign? I will accept only the title of the song. You can give me the name of the artist if you want, but you're not going to get anything extra for it, unfortunately. Right, let's get rid of this. Almost said the name of the country. That would have been devastating. Again, in 1997, the Labour Party used which song as the theme for their election campaign? Question number 24. Name all 5 of Michael Jackson's brothers. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, okay, no. The Jackson 5, but there was another one. Pardon me. Name all 5 of Michael Jackson's brothers. You get half a point each, so 2.5 in total for this one. Just Googling to double check. I don't want any argument. I don't want any tears at the end. All 5 of Michael Jackson's brothers for half a point each. And while you figure that out, I've done very well here. I've got all of these difficult questions with multiple answers followed by a picture question where I can just toss up the picture and let you guys hash it out. Name the footballer. I'll give you a clue. He's got the Rona at the moment. Poor bugger. Well, you shouldn't attend a wedding full of people not wearing masks. It's his own fault. I have no sympathy. Name the footballer. What am I drinking? Dark and stormy, mother. A pinch of rum with ginger ale. I couldn't be bothered to cut a lime, so I am sans citrus at the moment. Let's make him nice and tiny, shall we? Again, name the footballer. That was question number 25. Question number 26. Eddie, or Eddie the Head, is the mascot for which rock band? Eddie, or Eddie the Head, is the mascot for which rock band? Eddie the Head. Eddie the Head, the mascot for which famous rock band? Question number 27. The town of Bunol, near Valencia in Spain, holds a yearly festival where people throw what type of food? The town of Bunol, near Valencia in Spain, holds a yearly festival where people throw what type of food? Question number 28. Which boy band, who launched in 1993, the year I was born, which boy band who launched in 1993 consisted of AJ, Howie, Nick, Kevin, and Brian? Let's get rid of him. Goodbye. Which boy band who launched in 1993 consisted of AJ, Howie, Nick, Kevin, and Brian? I've completely forgotten. In the chat now is a link to our Ko-fi page. If you feel like throwing us a couple of quid, we normally do like a £1 or £2 a head entry fee. It's not mandatory. It is encouraged with a gentlest of nudges. You can use that link to pitch in, throw us a couple of quid. If you have any issues with it, let me know. We greatly appreciate your custom. Thank you for tuning in. I did this as a test a couple of weeks ago, and at 10 minutes past 8, I shut it down and started watching telly because nobody turned up. So thank you. But yeah, I'll post that link again at the end when we've all done our answers and stuff. But if you feel like throwing us a couple of quid, we very much appreciate it. Question number 29. The Grand Tours are three major European cycling races: the Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia, and the Vuelta a España. Riders from which four countries have won the most Grand Tours? I'll repeat. The Grand Tours are the three major European cycling races: the Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia, and the Vuelta a España. Riders from which four countries have won the most Grand Tours? Four answers, four countries. Half a point each, 2 possible points. Riders, cyclists, won and kept their titles? Very good question. Yes. Won and kept their titles. Currently hold. Good question, Naomi. Because you know what they say. 2 balls minus 1 is 6 titles at the Tour de France. Just a joke. But yes. Again, riders who currently hold their titles. Should be obvious what we're talking about. If not, don't worry. The Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia, and the Vuelta a España. Riders from which four countries have won the most of those Grand Tours? And lastly, while you're thinking about countries, I'm just going to really mess with your head and show you a completely different one. There you go. Out of the 280 or 300 whatever registered nations in the world, I'm going to show you one that isn't in the answers. So there you go. Process of elimination. Name the country. Whose flag is that? Those are, in fact, your last 15. I'll give you 2 minutes to finalise those answers. Ask me any questions if you have them. Ask me if you need to see a photo again, if you need to clarify anything. As Naomi has just done wonderfully, asked a very good and acceptable question about what I asked. Sometimes people are too scared if they can ask a question. No questions so far. Can I repeat question number 22? I most certainly can. Question number 22. Let me just take this down so you can read my lips if you can. Question number 22. In Sherlock Holmes, what is Professor Moriarty's first name? What is Professor Moriarty's first name in Sherlock Holmes? Anything else? You got about 60 seconds to ask me and then turn around and answer it. Speak now, forever hold your intelligence. Mainly water at this point. Right. Time's up. Okay, here we go. Question number 16. Here are your answers. Question number 16. The last letter of the Greek alphabet is omega. Question number 17. My word is my bond is which actor's autobiography? That is Roger Moore. Roger Moore. Question number 18. Layla Morse, who plays Mo Harris on EastEnders, is the sister to one Mr. Gary Oldman. There you go. Imagine that. I've got a role on EastEnders. Aren't you proud of me? Well, your brother won an Oscar, so. Question number 19. Who was the first US president to be assassinated? Abraham Lincoln, obviously. Back of the head. Lights out. Like that. Shame. Question number 20. Picture number 4. Name the country. This is, of course, Argentina. And the little star there is Buenos Aires. But the answer is Argentina. Question number 21. Damn It, Janet, The Time Warp, and I'm Going Home are all songs from the Rocky Horror Show. Or the film version is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Either one is acceptable. Question number 22. In Sherlock Holmes, Professor Moriarty's first name is James. He is James Moriarty. Question number 23. In 1997, the Labour Party used which song as the theme for their election campaign? Things Can Only Get Better by D. Ream. Again, I'll accept only the title of the song. You don't need to give me the artist. That is Things Can Only Get Better. I mean, wow. Question number 24. Name all 5 of Michael Jackson's brothers. Half a point each. So you get half a point for Jackie, half a point for Tito, half a point for Jermaine, half a point for Marlon, and half a point for Randy. That is Randy, Marlon, Jermaine, Tito, and Jackie. Half a point each, 2.5 in total. Question number 25. Name the footballer. That is Mr. Mohamed Salah, or Mo Salah. Went to his brother or cousin's wedding in Egypt. There was videos of him dancing in very close proximity to a lot of people. And he caught corona. He's fine. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making fun. Question number 26. Eddie, or Eddie the Head, is the mascot for the British rock band Iron Maiden. Eddie the Head. It's like a ugly, like zombie-looking thing. I'm not a huge fan. If somebody wants to chime in, you're more than welcome. Eddie the Head is the mascot for Iron Maiden. Question number 27. The town of Bunol, near Valencia in Spain, holds a yearly festival where people throw tomatoes. They throw tomatoes. Question number 28. The boy band who launched in 1993 and consisted of AJ, Howie, Nick, Kevin, and Brian is the Backstreet Boys. Or just, I think it's just Backstreet Boys. It's not the. It doesn't matter. Backstreet Boys. Question number 29. The Grand Tours. The Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia, and the Vuelta a España riders from which 4 countries have won the most Grand Tours? They are Belgium, France, Spain, and Italy. Italy, France, Spain, and Belgium. Of course, as Naomi very aptly asked me, Lance Armstrong was stripped of pretty much everything. So not the United States. Sorry. Question number 30, picture number 6. This flag belongs to the nation of Senegal. That is the Senegalese flag. Those are your last 15 questions. Do me a favor, tally those up, yeah, and then add them to the first half. I point each for 29. No, half. Sorry, Steve, I should have specified. The one time I don't. I did when I asked, to be fair. But no. Half a point each, so 2 in total for the cycling question. 23 in total from Leanne. Can it be beaten? I feel like it can. No disrespect, of course. 23. Score to beat as it stands. Stevie would have to have an absolutely catastrophic round. 33 from Steve. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. We have a tie. Please somebody beat them. Because I don't know how to do this. Yes, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So Naomi on 24, Cameron on 23. I'll ask a question and it'll just be first one there. So I hope your internet's good. 23 for Team Owens as well. Lovely, lovely. Close score. So 3 on 23. Oh dear, 17, Lucy. Well, tell Pip to start pulling his weight. Because it's just not enough from the poor lad. Say my name. No, I won't. You are Team Owens. I asked you to spell it phonetically, and you didn't. You left me out to dry. I said Jez, and you said, it's not Jez. And then I said, tell me how, and you didn't. I said, is it Gez? And you didn't answer. So now you're Team Owens. Say my name. With a G, not a... So it is Gez. I feel attacked. Oh dear, 17. So it looks like we are going to have a tiebreaker. Princess. Yay! Right. Well. 9.5 from Yvonne, who joined very late, so fair play. I'm waiting for a score from my sister and my mother, who I believe have joined forces. But I am going to ask a question, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to type it in the chat, just in case it's delayed. But it's not even going to tell you what I got. Oh, so you haven't teamed up with Martha. So okay. I think that's everyone. Pip is female. You have offended. I'm sorry. I said he or she. I should have known. Philippa, of course. So 33. We've got Team McKee and Steve. I'm gonna type a question, and I need you to type the answer. I got 6 on my own in the second round. That's not too bad. Okay. Give me a sec while I type this. I'm just gonna have a very gaunt expression. Say her name. Okay. Tiebreaker. Here we go. I don't want to say it out loud just in case it's like delayed or anything happens. I'm going to write it in the chat, which should be seamless. I'm just going to make sure I get this right. Okay. I'm going to send this, but I need to see both Team McKee and Steve tell me ready in the chat, and then I will press enter. Nobody else answer. It's going to be quick fire here. I need both Steve and Team McKee to tell me ready. Okay, ready and ready. Here we go. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody was number 1 for 9 weeks in 1975. It was replaced by a song whose title appears in the lyrics of Bohemian Rhapsody. Name that song. What a question. Oh, what a question. Wow. Okay. Mamma mia. Stevie, incredible work. ABBA. Round of applause, everyone. That was incredibly fast. Like you've heard it before, fast. Mamma Mia by ABBA. Very well done. Steve, you have maintained your first half lead and are our winners this week. So congratulations to you. Very well done. Team McKee, ever so close, you know? Next week. Say his name. Freddie Mercury. Okay. I am going to post this link one more time. If you guys feel like throwing us at Treehouse Quizzes a couple of quid, that would be amazing. We really appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been so lovely to see so many familiar faces, read so many familiar names again, and some new ones. I will be here intermittently over the next couple of weeks. We're figuring out what we're going to do at Christmas, but so are the government. So, thanks, mate. Cracking as always. No worries, Gez. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, use the link if you want to. Throw us a couple of pounds. We do appreciate it. Again, I'm Callum. As always, it's been a pleasure. That's it from me tonight. I think Shura is here next week. We'll have to see. Thanks, Callum. We want you every week. Oh, Lucy. Very sweet. I believe next week might be Shura. I'll have to check. I don't think it's me. It might be. It might be. Cheers, Mr. C. Steve, a very hearty well done to you, sir, and to team Is Miles Ginger. That's me signing off. Much love to you all. Wear a mask. Stay safe. Much love.